All right, welcome everybody to the Bookmap All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We'll be going through live order flow analysis. This is all forward-looking, and we will also take some positions, live positions, but it is in simulated demo paper trading mode to just demonstrate not just how to use order flow within the levels that you are interested in trading, but also how to manage the risk once you're in a trade. That's all it's for. In fact, we'll take positions in here that are just to demo that. It's not a trade calling room. It's not a trade copier room or anything like that. So that's what we're going through in here, and we have found that this has been really helpful for a lot of other traders. So that's why we do it. Let's go through the disclosures. General disclosure: all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. Good morning, everybody. Alois, yeehaw. Dan, trading is life. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, trading is life. Really great work you're doing over there. And thanks for the kind words yesterday about the Bookmap Academy. That was really nice of you, and heartfelt. But like we mentioned, you did it. You know, you're the one. We provide the canvas. You're the one that made the art. What I'm talking about here, guys, if you're interested, is the Bookmap Academy. It's a coaching and mentoring program we have. It's completely free in Bookmap. So if you're interested in it, just go to the more button at bookmap.com, click here, and then under community, you'll see the link here. Click on Bookmap Academy here. And nothing's required from you to apply and to enter and come to the meetings. Nothing. If you want to take this further, then there's this step process in here. To go into the Junior Academy, you will journalize your trades and get feedback on them. This will help your trading. If you do a good job with that and meet the thresholds, then you can also get Bookmap for free in step 2 once you become you graduate to the Bookmap Academy. Okay. So I just wanted to mention that we had a meeting yesterday, and Trading is Life is doing some really nice work over there. Everyone is. Shark, really great to see. In fact, I wanted to go over something with you just today, Shark. I really like your delta footprint charts. You're going over that, but I might as well mention it here. We have an onboarding meeting if you are new to Bookmap and you want to get connected to data, you want to subscribe to data, then we go through the details here. It's a half-hour meeting. It's every Tuesday at 2 p.m. East Coast time. So it's just to, you log in, you register at bookmap.com, where to download the platform, how to subscribe to data, how to connect data, and how to connect an instrument. All right, so yeah, please come to that. Dan's put the link in there for you in Discord, and I believe in YouTube as well. All right, let's take a look at the S&P E-mini. Shark, this is what I was mentioning here. This trend line here, and noticing like how this might help with your 1 2 3 pattern is like right in here. Sometimes it's the 1 2 3. I get kind of caught in it a lot of times where like I'm not sure if it's going to do another rotation or not, and in this case here, when you're on the back side of that trend line, then you're trading the backside here. You're looking for that sell strength to come in, And then this is, look at the retest back to kind of where it dropped from right in here. And beauty here. Really, really beautiful trade here to get involved in here someplace. Likely, I think we would be from the academy and what we're looking at, we'd probably be around in here maybe. Wait for it to spike and wait for those sellers to come in at the bottom of this little consolidation range after trading into high liquidity here. Then getting in, taking it down to the bottom range, taking some off, and then you have your runner. Anyway, some good stuff in the academy and yesterday. All right, let's see. Is DNT matter in here today? No, not yet. All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on. A few little scalps or trades earlier in the day, nothing really to shout about here, but just one of the things that I want to, we'll see like how it unfolds here. I would like to kind of focus on more is just hitting singles in Bookmap. That's scalping. So we just want to build our confidence and our edge. That's it. That's the goal. It's making money will come with that. But we have to know that we have an edge, and you have to develop that edge. So trade your plan, and how do you come up with a plan? Well, you play around with some different ideas. You come up with your plan, back test your plan, or you come up with your setup or your strategy that you like, and then you back test it and see if it works for you. So anyway, that's the we'll talk more about that in coming weeks, especially over at the Bookmap Academy. All right. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So it's starting to roll over again, it looks like. Sellers coming in. Okay, so yeah, let's see if we can maybe find something in here. That looks like sellers are going to hit it. I'm a little late to that. And we're not sure if the demand will come in after hitting this area of high liquidity here. Okay, I would say no, but boy, these markets are odd. If we see buyers come back up above here, okay, so we're going to look for like a potential short squeeze in here because we missed the move to the downside here. The short squeeze that I'm talking about is getting people short here and then watching buyers come in here. There's a few. We need to see a lot more than that. And we need to see a distinction here in the buying. And we're not getting it. So more sellers moving it lower. All right, where are we going? Down to 57.50 here, it looks like. And any questions, let's see so far. Yeah, Shark. It was just a comment there to, like, maybe that's a guiding a guideline there to, like, just wait a little bit further, and then it is something to back test for sure. You can see it again and again. I mean, in this little trend in here, but you see that you'd kind of have to redraw your trend a little bit, but here's your backside. Now over here is where you're looking to get in, right? You can even draw some smaller trend lines in here, but it starts to get a little unwielding here. Anyway, you can see, like, boy, we should have been all over this. This bugs me. we have our exhaustion in here. We see sellers up in here. We don't see buyers, and then we see more sellers, and then this is it here. And we said, well, we might get the squeeze, and after trading into here, and we just didn't. We got a lot of selling come in. That's tough. That's tough to swallow. That's a nice little pattern there. Here's your 1, 2, 3 right in front of us. Let's see, Alois. Traders from outside the U.S. Yes, thank you. Keep in mind that U.S. is switching to daylight savings time this weekend, so next week, or for the next few weeks until the end of March, we are different than the rest of the world. I believe everyone else catches up, or everyone, I shouldn't say catch up, everyone else switches their time at end of March. So there's that weird 2-week period between, like, the European close and the US markets. We want to be aware of that next week and the week after that. All right. Boy, that's a really nice move there. 62 down to 44. All right. Let's take a look at the reaction down here around this line. And see what we get here. I would imagine that we're going to see somewhat of a bounce in here. We don't need to, but maybe we'll see somewhat of a bounce in here. And we'll see if we can get a bit more buying in here. This is not a significant level in here at 42. That's why, we're looking for maybe a mild bounce in here, but maybe we can play it here. Okay, we know high liquidity filled on the way down. Now we're looking for the aggressive buyers to come in here and maybe move it back up. Okay, we need to break the structure here at 45. They're trying. Looking better. Yeah. This is, we're going to kind of shy away from it unless we see something really, really good here. It's just there's a lot of momentum here to the downside. In fact, we can look for the squeeze if we get sellers down here. Yeah, there we go. You want to look at stops and icebergs on chart? Sure. Go back to ES here. The stops and icebergs on the chart. And I've got a threshold in here. Wow, 121. Okay. Let's go with the automatic threshold. So actually 113 now. And aggregate threshold of 25. And we can drop that down. And what about stops? 20. Let's make that 0, but we'll use the automatic here. 21. Here we go. And let's jump back to the Trader Map Pro version here. So look at this iceberg following all the way down from up here. Okay, so this too, Shark, like, taking a look at this, this potential move here for that reversal. also, this helps us stay kind of in the range in here, because we're always a little, I mean, I find reversals can be really kind of tricky, and we're waiting for this kind of shift and change in the order flow here, and we'll see it in the transactions down here. Now we just have one big green dot here. I don't really see the shift yet looking at the volume delta bars down here. I'm starting to see a little bit more buying in here, but look at the relative volume in this area on the move down, and compare it to the way on the move back up. So we're not seeing it yet. We're not there yet. So we're just going to stay away until we see that. And now, if we see really big buying right up here around 41 or 42, that might be good enough to look for this to start going higher here. We want to look for those buyers to commit and start to stream on up to maybe 50 here or so. Okay, but you see, we're just not getting it yet. Okay, let's see if we're bouncing off of here. Okay, and let's this little structure here. Okay, traded into it. And just not enough buying for me. And it's looking much better now, but we're up into high liquidity here, so looking kind of for another rotation. Right, high liquidity down on the bid, 36, high liquidity up here at 50. All right, so let's see if maybe we can hold this structure in here, 39 or 40 at 40. Let's see. Not much to go on here. Okay, Shark, so you say you hadn't changed the settings yet. It's wild and confusing. Yeah, it is. It is. That's why I'm kind of like, we're watching kind of closely in here. In fact, it's really odd to see a reversal type of pattern form here, to be honest, because the last few weeks there haven't been. It goes up, it hits, it goes back down. We get wild swings, and it's kind of weird to see, to be honest, that this is more normal to see these kinds of patterns like this. Shark, which one are you trying to replicate? I can't remember what we showed. Well, okay, so here comes some buying. Here comes some buyers here. This is not enough. It's just too scant. Starting to pick up a little bit, but it's just not enough. Oh, the ice thresholds. Okay, I hadn't changed that. Yeah, one thing. Okay, I can go over that a little bit here. One thing that's nice about the let's see if these buyers come in here. I'm really kind of curious. It looks pretty good here. All right, I'll take a shot at that, and let's see if we can get just up to here to 50. And where are they now? There they are. Okay. Should be able to hit 50. I'm not seeing it right now. There we go. Okay, so, well, we haven't hit 50 yet. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, so again, just hit a single here. I mean, this could be a bigger reversal, and it could be a nice one here. Looks like kind of waited for this turnaround in here. We can review that, but Shark, let me show you again the settings in here. This is a really nice feature. I think what the developers did was excellent here. Hold on, I need to go back to the original version here. Oh, thanks, Duzman. Yeah, just again, just trying to keep it really simple. Look for something that is more likely to work, and then hit that single. Hit that single, and then get out and look for the next, and let's get some reps under our belt. That's a big part of the goal here. All right, so yeah, go back to the icebergs in here. And this automatic threshold setting, you guys might wonder what this is. Well, first off, you can go to the guide here, click on that, and that'll take you to our stops and icebergs here, which you can read about. It will go through all the different settings and what they are, but we'll explain it here. Now, you can see that if I don't have it selected, you can put in a threshold, individual threshold here, and you can control it manually. Aggregate threshold is something else. That's about the when to aggregate them or not. But the individual threshold, we have that aggregate on 0. The individual is on 110. So the iceberg has to transact for 110 or greater, else don't show it on the chart. All right. Now this 103 is actually showing because it is live in the market, and that's a different setting or different filter. Right. So that's why. But all the rest in here that you see should be over 110. Now, the automatic threshold, if you check the box here, I don't have an input for the manual threshold anymore. It's grayed out. Instead, I have these two filters here: standard deviation interval in minutes. So over 1 hour of continuous data, show me the standard deviation, one standard deviation here, and that will set my threshold automatically here, and that number is 110 right now. Now this will change too, based off of these two inputs here. So that's how it works. I think it's great because what this does is it keeps you in tune with what's going on in the current market. Okay, you can play around with these settings if you are more interested in kind of lower time frames or higher time frames. If you want to filter out more, if you're seeing too many on the chart, you can just bring up this multiplier here, and you can see that I only see a few now, icebergs, and that's it. Another thing, see how this one player in here is he's got 100, he's just 16 so far have traded of his iceberg right here. But it's an algo, and it's just following the market here, and he'll decide when he wants to transact, and that's what it's doing right now. It's keeping its position in the queue. And there is a position in the queue for icebergs. Okay, the tip of the iceberg. So anyway, if you don't like seeing that, if that's getting in the way, there is a setting also in here for that, which is where? Let's see. Show active. Is show active, but show the line. I forget which one it is here. Okay. Oh, I know I can do it. Well, we can make the width smaller. um, I was pretty sure there was a show stops. That's not it. Yeah, the show detections. Okay. I don't see it. Oh, wait a minute. Did I just show it? Well, anyway, guys, let's move on. I'll have to look into that again. I was pretty sure we had that line to be able to toggle it off if you didn't like it. If it gets in the way, I think it's good information. Doesn't bother me. You know, I know that that iceberg is still here and active. All right, let's jump back to the Trader Map Pro. Okay, interesting. Playing right into the high liquidity on the bid here. So buyers getting filled here, here, and here. Okay, this is back down to the bottom of this little range here after spiking through 50. Okay, and we know sellers are still, there's more supply still by the aggressors here so far. Now we also know that the aggressors are winning the battle here by the sell side. Okay, they traded into and through this high liquidity. Okay, but we also know that a lot of buyers are getting filled in here. Okay, so when will that supply meet the demand equally, or maybe there's more buyers that and they totally absorb that selling pressure? You can see that that's not happening. We continue to sell off here. Let's see. Questions here. Sure, I'm answering all your questions. Yeah, the Bookmap Academy, it looks like you got answered there, Sam. Is over on our Discord. Yep. There's a recording from it in YouTube as well if you want to watch that. Okay, interesting. All right, so really heavily selling off here, but we just hit this high level of liquidity here, and it's a big stop run. Okay, and there's more selling still. Now, I'm really kind of curious at this point. Now, we don't know if this is a higher time frame level. I'm going to look at my candlestick chart, and yeah, it is. We're just below the 19 level here. Okay, and what about on the daily here? Hold on a minute. Okay, all right. This is actually the move I was kind of looking for. Is there a zone in here that we can start to look for? And I think there is. And let me mark it up. Can I mark it up right in here? I know I can. Rectangle. Transparent. Okay, so there's this little jag right in here on the daily, so you can see this kind of candle move down and then a move back up. So it's right around in here. So it's actually, this is a pretty big zone if we look at the swings in here and that little candle area in here. So someplace in here, I mean, you can hone it down and, or, you know, drill down into maybe it being a little lower here, but I'm going to include the swings in here. So we're in it. And you know, I am looking for a reaction in here. These are really big higher time frame levels. You know, this move up on the daily, especially right in here. We know that there's a lot of buyers in here. This was during the election, just before the election here, and then I think the election was in this candle here. and we are now testing below those levels now. Okay, so I am looking to see if we can get buyers in here at this point. We're gonna look for them, and what we're gonna do is look for this shift and turnaround. We know that there's a lot of liquidity getting filled on the way down now, so we know the buyers are here, right? We see it in the liquidity, so we've got that passive side sussed out. Now we're looking at the aggressive side. Okay, are there more sellers, aggressive sellers, red dots, market sell orders, or are there more aggressive buyers? And this is the other demand in here, or supply. So we're looking for those green dots in here, these buyers maybe to start coming in. Okay, well, let's start to mark up some structure around it. Okay, we can put our trend lines back in, but yeah, kind of interested. This is the swing here, and then here's our range in here. Okay, we're in this little range between kind of 19 or 20 and 12. Okay, here comes some buying a little bit. Okay, kind of break this little, there's a little structure right here where sellers came in, get buyers back up above it here. Let's see, we're looking for like a little accumulation point in here on that buy side, and we're not seeing it yet. Okay, trading lower into 10, stop run 221, a lot of liquidity down here at 5,700. All right, so there's some buying coming back in. Now it's just kind of going straight up. Let's look for some accumulation in here, and then let's see if those buyers come back in. They already are. Okay, pretty whippy in here. Okay, look at the bid getting interesting here. Starting to bid up in these areas here from 05. Okay, starting to see a little bit more accumulation in here. Still not there yet. Edit this trend line here. It's kind of starting to look like donkey faces and shit setup. So we're looking for this kind of overextension to the downside into that zone, and we're looking for the buyers to come out of it. You know, so we're in our higher time frame area in here, and there's still room to go. So, you know, we're just kind of watching it at the moment. And we know the high liquidity is down here at the figure. that it? Let's take a shot at it. Actually starting to build a little bit. Okay, so we're above the structure here. Now we need to accept above the structure here. That's a good question if we're going to do that or not. Is there more buying pressure here? So we hit some stops already, but now we got to see those aggressors. It's all up to the aggressors right now. If they're going to come back in, and then we can come back up to this swing and maybe up to this liquidity here at 19 or 20. Okay, sellers coming in, and we're going to exit it, and we'll look for the next one. Right, so hitting singles, we're out here. This is not doing what we're looking for. Okay, we can look for the next rotation. Again, this is not a trading room. We're kind of just looking at like order flow events in here, and then looking for something specific. Okay, looks like we're going to trade into the figure here. 02 liquidity just being hit. Not quite yet. To be honest, in terms of hitting singles, to be honest, we should have taken some off right here. This is it, where it dropped from. This is your single. Okay, let's see if we can get another one here. All right, let's see. And our single is actually right here, so we'll take some profit here. Okay, high liquidity just transacted here, so we're going to probably get a bit of a pullback here. Let's actually do this. We'll have a soft target here, and we're going to give it some room to run here. Actually, it'll probably be a break-even trade here. Yeah, we'll take a small loss on that, and we'll look again here. Okay, just thinking like if this is going to mount here, and we already pulled back and have a little consolidation period, we'd look for more buyers to come in and try to lift this even higher here, and then hit this level up here at 20. Okay, starting to build, so looking pretty good. All right, let's try it again here, and let's see if we can get up to our 50 or 20 level here. There's buying interest, so yeah, that's the swing. All right, there we go. All right, so just hit another single, and right in front of the high liquidity here as well. Okay, so it's 4 point move, 4.5 point move or so, something like that. Again, just building reps here, kind of like at the gym or something. What did we learn from the last like 3 trades in here? Kind of putting, reflecting off of them, and taking a look in here. So we were prepared. We saw all of this buying on the way down here. We also looked at our higher time frame, noting that this is going to be a level of interest for us in here someplace. We are anticipating buyers, and that's really critical. This could turn into a really, actually, it's possible this could turn into a really big move. But we just kind of dipped in to that level, so I'm sure we're going to see some back and forth in here. I would imagine we're going to see some back and forth in here. I don't think it's quite fleshed out yet, but we're looking for hitting a single within that area in here off of the higher time frames. And in the process, what did we note on the way down? Like just all this liquidity getting filled on the way down. You can see it here, here. Definitely down here at 10. And then they're bidding up in this area. That gives us a clue as well, that they're bidding up in this area here. And then we see the selling come into this lower level. We didn't even hit the figure. Okay, we might still, right? But we didn't hit it yet, and we get shy of it, and we see those buyers, and we see a little distinction in that buying cluster in here, and that's what gave us the kind of impetus here, technically, to look for this move. And then we took a break even here, and then it kind of showed itself again. What did we do here? Okay, so no, we took one here way too early here, as you can see. We did not get the move we were looking for. And then in hindsight, this is easy, right? We saw some buying starting to come back in, structure starting to break. We're starting to look for it, hitting that single. It did, just to that little scalp up to here. And then we're not going to stay in if this might go lower. And that was a good idea. We gave it another shot here and took the break even. No follow through. Well, actually, there was follow through, but it was not worth it here, the risk for me, for these sellers to come in and then be able to hit down into very quickly into the figure. So then we saw more buying starting to come back in again, and then I'm willing to hold it up to our 20 level, and then just hit a single there. So that was the kind of thought process behind these 3 opportunities or potential opportunities, and we'll wow, look at them come back in again. So now that's hard to judge in here. There's only one thing that we know that is helpful in here on this move, to the upside is that there's higher liquidity at this higher level in here. So our passive buyers here are telling us something, okay? And this is turning into that big move. We hit our single, we got our rep, and we missed this. Okay, we're not trying to hit a home run here. We're trying to reflect off of these trades in here and then do it again and again and build that confidence. I hope this is making sense. It hurts not to see a big move like this unfold, and you could have been in it, but let's just take a look at it and reflect off of it. What gave us some sort of insight in here? Okay, yeah, true, the liquidity here, at these higher levels in here, and then we want to look at this action in here. It just kind of comes in out of the blue. I mean, you do see the big volume dot here at the top of the structure. It's not bad. Let's see what our cumulative volume delta looks like in that area. Yeah, it's not helping us. There's more selling in here. Very little buying, but the bid is higher here. That's a good one. Okay? And then all of a sudden the aggressors kick in and turn on, and price has rocketed here to the upside. So that was like a like a 37-point move or so. Jay Weave, yeah, I mean the spreadsheet, you can request it over in Discord if you'd like to partake. Oh, you're welcome, Stephen, for your feedback on the Academy. Yeah, I'd like to make sure your mic can work next time, because I really applaud you for in the meeting or in your content you had kind of taken our feedback from the time before, and you put less on your chart. As long as it's helping you, don't put less on the chart just because it's the feedback. It's really part of the process. Like, you need to, and I know you know all this stuff, Stephen, so maybe it is time to stop marking up all those things into focus. But looking at order flow phenomena, going, wow, big move, aggressors moving away, hitting high liquidity, like all these kinds of details in here, like maybe you can start to kind of filter out, and you're looking for your specific setup that you're looking for. Okay, so now buyers in control, starting to move that market away. All right, so now are you buy side? Why? Okay, where? Look at the move right back down to this little swing right in here, and that's where we put our little line as well. Okay, so now how does it look like in this structure in here? And I'm not seeing much. It looks like both buying and selling in here between the range of 30 and 20. Wow, John, thank you. So it looks like Putin is said to be ready to agree with Ukraine truce with conditions. Yeah, I'd like to see what those conditions are, but that's really great news, or on the surface at least. Yeah, this is a tough one. When these things kind of kick in like this, and nothing but buying, right? That was the news, John. 10:52. Yeah, so that must have been the news. What are you using, John? Just kind of curious. Let's see. Same idea in here. Here they go. Right here come our buyers. So let's see if yeah, it looks like it's going to go. They're starting to kick in at this level here, right? So again, we're going to hit that single. okay, right before that liquidity. I mean, my entries just look horrible in this, right? And this is a horrible, kind of up near here. I mean, yeah, if I was kind of, a little more focused in here, we'd be looking for it right in here. We'd be homed in on it and looking for the starting to kick in here. But we a little slow to the market here due to the narration in the webinar. But the nice thing is though is we're looking for this momentum move in here, and we're kind of hopping on the train mid train here, and then hitting our signal here. So it's kind of a handicap in here, but we're still building confidence that this move has some momentum behind it, and we're looking for that high liquidity as the target. Yeah, Steven, sounds like, yeah, I mean, this environment like might be a good decision to kind of jump into sim. It's like John uh, was saying or showing in his content how he's well, now you're even informed in the news. Okay, financial juice is what you're using. So you did subscribe. I remember you were saying you were thinking about it. So due to the environment, everything kind of shifted. Now you're watching news where you weren't plugged in like that before, like really watching news. And Yeah, never had before. Okay, yeah. So you'd never had subscribed before, so you didn't need it. Now you need it. These markets are driven like this, as you can very clearly see right in here. So it's good to know that's what that was. Nonetheless, like we saw this reversal pattern. I mean, this is where it kind of always gets me. Like you just never know. Like it's starting to kind of unfold, and then boom. So someone knew something is conspiratorial, but like kind of feels that way. Anyway, um, so John went to a news feed. He also traded during hours when the news cycle wasn't as critical. He would trade in the pre-market or the London session. He also switched instruments, and he also looked at his trading a little bit differently. To reduce the risk and to avoid this kind of stuff in here, all right, or be more informed about it. Okay, so the environment shifted, environment changed, and as a trader, like we are slaves to the market basically. So we take what it gives us, and we just look for something we know works better than other times. And those little rare windows and those are our trading windows. Let's see again here if we can get see if these buyers kick in again here, or maybe people are starting to read through it and say like, yeah, those conditions aren't really good conditions, and they're going to tell us something else, and maybe the sellers would come in and hit the lows again. The market will tell us. Right now it actually well, we see this little move by the sell side here, but we're hitting our trend line, and we hit high liquidity here, so we could get buyers back up above here. Interesting to see, like the retracement almost came all the way back down to where the news initiated, but it's still viewed as positive here, at least by the market. We haven't gone down below that area here. Hey, Vinny, welcome. And yeah, great to have you in last night, Vinny. Thanks for your feedback. Yeah, good stuff. Really, really nice feedback. It was a good meeting. And I don't see DNT in here, but boy, I really think uh, uh, he got some good feedback from all the coaches. All right, let's see here. It looks like it's getting kind of poised in here to well, I don't know. It's a little hard read here. We do see some of the buyers in here, but high liquidity in these areas here. And here we just hit the top of the range here and faded. Okay, and nice little clusters of selling in here too. So it's really kind of a tougher read in here at the moment. And yeah, we want to kind of stay away from this range right now. We'll look for when it might break that range or be more likely. I mean, heck, if you really want to kind of scalp the ranges as well, you could. You'd only be looking at like 2 or 3 points or so, but just be aware that you're open to the squeeze if you're fading back into the center or the other side. Let's see here. Trading is life, Bruce. If you get an opportunity, do I have an opportunity to go over the journal section again? Yeah, sure. Artists. Okay. You mean the I'm a little unclear. Trading is life. Do you mean to go over how to journal for the academy, or the trading journal product that we have here under the trading statistics? Okay, where is it here? I'm not even recording these trades, which that sucks. No, I have it. I have it. Okay, good. Okay, yeah, there's this one here. So you get the trading statistics, and then that'll open up all your trades in here, as you can see. And you can copy and paste this into your Excel spreadsheet or whatever. However, you might as well sync it here. Check the box here, and then open up your web journal here. You have all your different trading journals in here. That'll open up this web journal, and then you just input your credentials in here, and then log in. Okay, those are your bookmap.com credentials for your account, and then here it is. Okay, so actually, these are my results from January 1st. So a little negative here. A little bit of a meltdown here, guys, but recovered. Got back on my feet, and we're back again. Anyway, this is during these times in here, like the different environment in here, and yeah, I'm just like, Jesus, like that should work, and no, got hammered. Nope, got hammered. So anyway, kind of have to kind of reassess and adjust, and that's it. So the trading journal here, you can see your dashboard. It gives you your P&L, total P&L ratios in here, and you've got all these little statistic widgets as well. Profitable during times of day in here. Now my results are going to be really skewed in here, guys. Like, so they're very atypical because of, you know, we're demoing a lot of stuff. I'm testing a lot of stuff, and my times of day and things like this is not normal. All right, just so you know. You know, anyway, the data is recorded in here, and you can filter by the time, the date, all in these windows here, from here to here. You can also select the instruments that you want, or you can have them all selected, and then you can create journals in here. If you click on new, you can create a new journal, and you can share them as well with Bookmap Academy or whomever you want. The other tab here, they've just made some really nice changes in here. So the other tab, this is your trade history. See, these should be the trades that we just took. Yeah, 7th of March. Okay. Yeah, you've got all the entry, exit, instrument size, and P&L, buy or sell. Most important ones, I feel, are these in here: MFE, MAE. Like, how much did it go for you? How much did it go against you? You can also put in a commission here. Okay, and then we also have notes in here. So I showed you guys this. This is great. All your notes are in here, and you can input an image as well, and you know, put your markups in here. Okay, so now you have all of this stuff in your actual trade, and you can go to the trade note, click on it, and you can see all the, you know, the details in here for that specific trade. You can also move it or remove it. I think you can move it to different journals. Anyway, yeah, you can also just click on each trade and see what's going on there. It has all the details in here, and this is where you can also input a file in here. It could be your image, markup, or something else. Yep, it's a great product. They've done a really nice job, I think, and it's all free. It's all part of Bookmap. Okay, you'll need to have Bookmap Global Plus for that. Okay, let's see here. Do we get these buyers coming back in? Looks like it. Starting to come back in, and let's see if we can get to the top of the range here again. Pull back. Buyers. And this one actually probably looking for a little bit more out of it, maybe up to here or here, you know, 30 or 32. Why is because we have a pocket here of buying, and we noticed we kind of jumped back in here, and we saw this other pocket of buying here, and it was strong. So that's why I'd look for maybe to go a little bit higher here on this one. But I'm not going to do that. Hit my single, get out. Build that confidence, look for the next trade. Okay, there's actually another nice little setup in here, guys. This is one of my favorites, actually, is the pullback, the low volume pullback. So look at the volume in here and the divergence, right? You can also see the divergence in cumulative volume delta. This selling here had only this effect here on cumulative volume delta down here, right? So it only dropped it a little bit. So there's less selling, there's more buying. Buyers are in control. Kind of wait again for buyers to come back in control as it kind of. This is something to really look into. Like, you know, you could take your trade back down in here with a limit order. You take on the risk, though, of like how much supply they have. We don't know. These sellers may come in and then drop it really quickly, and that's the risk that you take. If you get filled, though, or the other risk you take, is you don't get filled. Now, if you do get filled, you nailed it, right? You've got really nice position here. But I like to kind of wait until I see those buyers come back in after the move down and confirm it, that I know that there's buying interest. Then a quick scalp would be the top of this range, or back to the top of the bigger range. I went through that kind of quickly. It's kind of a trade within a trade, but forget this trade in here. Look, I would just say this is the area you would look for. Probably in here, and then depending on your risk, like you could take it here a little bit, but I would look for the move up to the top of this range here, and that's it, and get out. And you can see like these markets are pretty choppy. This didn't go. It only came up to 30 and then it failed, or 29 and then it failed. Let's see other questions. Stephen, not yesterday, Thursday, such a long day. Attended. Yeah, this is a long day. And you're fasting. Oof. But you rested well. Okay, that's a good combo. Fasting and resting. Sam, how do you watch all of Bruce's videos? Boy, there's all sorts. Let me, if you guys don't mind, I'll just take a minute here to answer that. Sam, I would really recommend that you go to bookmap.com and then click on the more, or I'm sorry, and then click on education here and go to the Learning Center. Yeah, Stephen pointed you in the right direction there for on YouTube. There's all of these live all market webinars. You can go through those as well. It's kind of tedious to go through a long webinar like that. That's why I'm pointing you here toward the Learning Center, because there's some really good stuff in here. This one here will just go through the features of Bookmap, the getting started course, understanding liquidity heat map and all that kind of stuff, and all the different features and how to trade from the chart and all of that. But then the market mechanics course, I would really encourage you to watch this, and it would be just at least start with part 1. I would go through all of them if you're so inclined, but this one here will go through a lot of details in really what's making the market move, and this is really important to understand the market mechanics. Why does price move? What affects price? The whole market, in my opinion, is made up of this. Well, it is. It's not an opinion. It is made up of this. But when we look at higher time frame analysis, I view these small little moves in here no different than I do on a monthly chart, for example. So I would encourage you to watch that, and then let's see, back in the Learning Center, there's a few strategies and setups. I'll have quite a few more soon. And then come to the live events in here. Okay. Yeah, order flow phenomena. There's a lot of really good things in here. These are very short. So I would also encourage you to watch these in here, and understanding layering, absorption, a reversal, fake versus real liquidity. All these kinds of things in here will set a nice foundation for you. All right. Let's see. Any other questions? Good. Yeah, it looks like we're caught up. And this is looking pretty messy. Let's clear our drawings. Interesting. I mean, look at this pop here from that news. All it did was come up to this swing here and then fail. You just can't make this stuff up. And I don't even see much liquidity up there at all. So, you know, it's just it goes up to that area in here, hit some stops, and check. I don't even see stops on this move here. I know we've aggregated them out, but some of them. Stop run is over here. This is really pretty interesting. Anyway, that's what it did. So you can see, like, market structure, you know, it's really important. I'm shocked that it doesn't come up and trade up into, you know, at least the figure or this liquidity up here at 55. All it did was come up to this little zone here. It's just a technical level. We have another swing up here at 53. Boy, not seeing much now. It is now we're in a quite a narrow range in here. Looks like sellers are going to drop it, and let's we can take that actually. And if we get squeezed, we're going to get out immediately though. But let's see if we can get a bigger move out of this. This has been a kind of winding up in here after that good news, and I think what traders are, you know, probably figuring out that maybe it's not such good news. Now I'm just speculating on that. I have no idea. In fact, let's hit a single again, and we're going to put our take profit here. These guys pulled liquidity, so we can still get some selling pressure to hit into 10. There we go, and we're out. Okay, now this could be a bigger move here, no question. You know, come back down to we never tested 5,700, so this might be it, right? This might be the big move here. We've been consolidating and winding up in here for quite a while. Okay, we might get a pullback as well, low volume pullback to where it just dropped from after trading into high liquidity. Trump is scheduled to talk at 11, but he's been delayed. Okay, oh boy. Well, then we'll maybe avoid this one. We did get our pullback, and we are seeing more sellers here. Okay, our pullback into here. Yeah, it's you really have to be on point with those, and look for these pullbacks and look for those opportunities, and then get out bottom of the range, and then, you know, maybe try to hold for a move. But it's yeah, it takes some you know, focus and attention there. But boy, you can really, you know, you can scale in and out of positions and do really nicely. All right, looks like more selling coming in, hitting it. I'd look for the move lower here, 05 or maybe 5,700. Okay, it's a little low for me on this one. Not willing to take it. Maybe if we get a pullback. And yeah, Trump starting to speak kind of scares me. So just and anticipate some volatility there in price movement. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's Powell speaking. Yeah, at 12:30 EST. I did see that, Stephen. Trump speaks at 10. All sorts of other Fed speakers. Okay. All right, guys. Well, let's see here. Missed a few nice ones. You know, this pullback in here, and then maybe the continuation. But that's okay. I don't want to go back and kick myself for that. I'm looking for hitting the single, building the rep, and moving forward. And it builds the confidence, and it makes me want to continue on building that edge, getting better, honing that skill, and it doesn't take me down that kind of spiral of losses and then trying to kind of dig your way out of that, which can be, it can be brutal. With trading is life, we talked about that yesterday in the academy meeting, which I thought was great. But we want to protect that. It's vital, because otherwise and it will happen. It'll happen to all of us again and again. Something won't be working. It happens to the best of traders. Maybe they lose their edge. Maybe what they're trading doesn't work anymore, and they have to redefine their edge. And that's what it takes. It can be just brutal on your mindset. So protect that. We're looking for something high probability. We're looking for hitting a single. We've had our reasons. We have high liquidity. We have the swing here. We saw this starting to roll over a little bit in here. We didn't see the buyers. We saw the sellers. We got in a little late, but not bad. It was kind of at the bottom of the range here, but we're looking for the break due to the transactions and market structure in here. I do not like having the high liquidity right here. But we traded through it and then bounced back to it. Okay, Alois, you got Trump at 3 p.m. East Coast time. Okay. I don't know. I haven't looked at the calendar for that far ahead. Yeah, no, I looked at the non-farm numbers, though, and we're starting to see some weakness there. So it's kind of interesting. If we can get some lower inflation there too, then that would be a good thing. I'm not sure that's going to happen in this kind of tariff environment, though. Anyway, guys, let's wrap it up. Let's call it a day. Thanks for coming, everybody. We will move on. Yep, Tom B is up next, 11:30 East Coast time. Yep, thank you, Trading is Life. We will see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend. Remember, we've got the daylight savings. Yep, everything's going to change a little bit on that. Hit the like button if you can along the way. That helps us out. Come over to the Bookmap Discord, and you can join that academy and partake in the discussions and your markups and journaling over there. All right. Yep. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.